and the federal government. We, the people, have an individual right to keep and bear arms. We, the people, gave certain rights to our states to act on our behalf. And we, the people, allowed the states to give other enumerated rights to the federal government, specific enumerated rights and nothing else. So those are the three true branches of American government, and you have to understand that this is an individual right. Dahm spoke about the D.C. law case in which the court got it right. There is a separation between the militia aspect of the Second Amendment and we the people. It says, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, which is the second branch of government. The individual right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. So that's the first branch, we the people. References have also been made to the 10th Amendment. It's a great amendment, but one of my favorite amendments is the 9th Amendment. It's very overlooked. How many of you know what the 9th Amendment says? One? All right. It says, the enumeration in this Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage others retained by the people. Shall not be construed. What does construed mean? Interpreted. How many times do we hear, well, the Constitution must be interpreted? Unfortunately for them, the 9th Amendment says it shall not be interpreted. It says the enumeration of certain rights, the listing of a number of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage the other rights reserved to we the people. The Second Amendment, it is not a constitutional right. It is a God-given right protected by the Second Amendment. If a government can give you a right, a government can take it away. And our government cannot take away this right because it is an individual right and it shall not be infringed. I know that there's a lot of people, I've gotten in a few debates since presenting my bills. A lot of liberals say, well, what about the Supremacy Clause of the Constitution? Article 6, Section 2. What does it say? Everybody says, well, it says that the Constitution, all federal laws, and all treaties are the supreme law of the land. But that's not what it says. If you read it, it says, the Constitution and all laws of the United States made in pursuance thereof. A law that violates the Constitution is not a law. It is unconstitutional. The Constitution is the supreme law of the land, not Obama's executive orders, not his executive actions, not laws passed by Congress. If it violates the Second Amendment reigns supreme. And that's what we're here to say. That's what this legislation does. I encourage you all, today is not a call to arms. For all the media out there, this is not a call to arms. This is a call to action. You need to get involved. Like was said, I am a freshman senator, so it's going to be much more challenging to get my bills in committee, through committee, on the floor, and voted through. I have Senate Bill 548, which is the Second Amendment Preservation Act. I have Senate Bill 401, which deals with gun-free school zones and the current loophole that the federal government can convict somebody that's 1,000 feet away of a felony. You could be 3 streets away from the edge of a school and still be convicted of a felony for openly carrying, which is within the law of Oklahoma. That's wrong. That needs to be addressed. And then I also have 552, which allows for carrying a vehicle in your vehicle for self-protection. The courts have ruled that your vehicle is an extension of your home. You don't have to have a permit to have a gun on your property, on your home for protection. You shouldn't have to have a permit to be able to protect yourself in your vehicle as well. But I encourage you all, don't just take my word for it. Please read the bill. If you read the bill, I guarantee you will have one up on most of the senators and representatives here at the legislature. So please read the bill before you just sign on to it. Read all this legislation. There's many things you can do to get involved. We have precinct meetings coming up. I don't care what party you're a member of. I don't look at just party, but you need to get involved. We can change both parties from the grassroots level. So get involved. Go to your precinct meetings. Start contacting your representative, your state senator. If they hear from 5 constituents, 5 people that live in their district, it can change their vote. With all the people here, we should be able to contact every state rep, every state senator, and let them know to support these bills. So please, get actively involved, get informed. I lived overseas, grew up as a missionary, like you said, and in Romania, it was illegal for anyone but police or military to own any sort of weapon, even a handgun. Strange thing about that, there was certain areas of town that I would drive through where you'd see people, unsavory characters, walking around with submachine guns. Well, how is that possible if it was illegal? Because when you outlaw guns, only outlaws will have guns. People need to be aware of that. We heard the arguments about open carry. Oh, if we have open carry, it'll be guns, it'll be, blood in the streets. It'll be just like the wild